Hello everybody, Toastbomb here. Today we are going to be analyzing my gameplay from my third live commentary of Throwdown, so let's get right into this. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, so off the bat here I take this cool route, and this is a really good route to take. It's hard to do sometimes, and I do fail it later on in the game, but it's really good to go in and practice. You'll notice a nade exploded bottom mid. Right now, I should be thinking, where are people going to be going? And as you can see, I get cleaned up by this AR kid spraying me down like a pro, right? I should have known that there was probably going to be someone there, and I should have been looking. Even if I didn't see that grenade and I didn't hear it, I should have been able to deduce that someone's probably going to be going down there, because more recently, especially, bottom mid off the beginning of Haven has been a really popular route, and it seems to be even more popular in King of the Hill. And you'll notice right here, I back out. I'm just going to pause it really quick so I can explain this. There was a teammate alive, so I start pushing top mid, and then he dies, and I back out because my screen is filled with red X's. So it actually ends up being really good because my teammates spawn on the opposite side. We actually get this really cool pinch thing where that guy's totally distracted by them, that guy is also totally distracted by them, and I get some nice shots, although my teammates do kind of all die there. Now this push here, though, is pretty questionable. I do have a teammate a ways behind me, but I should have waited for him to catch up to me a little bit more. It does end up sort of working out, but it was overall a really questionable push that probably shouldn't have happened and should have been delayed a little bit more than what it ended up being. Now this is a good thing, being top mid here, because I want to be top mid when we have people in the A hill. You want to hold top mid. The only thing that I'm struggling with in this game type is how to hold top mid. I don't know the best positions. I'm still sort of experimenting with what is good, because even though you might think, oh, top mid, it's like the coolest place ever, dude, it's like awesome power position, right? Well, not exactly. It's actually really exposed, has all these crazy angles and nade spots that you can just completely get demolished from. So I'm still trying to figure out the best way to control top mid. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. Anyways, right there I got caught off guard top mid, and I should not have been top mid. There was zero reason for me to be top mid. The hill was about to move. I should have been setting up for the next hill. You never want to charge for that hill unless maybe it's just those last little crucial seconds. You never want to be just desperately charging for the hill if there's like 15 seconds on it, because by the time you kill the guys out of the hill and you start actually getting points, there's like 3 seconds left, and it's not worth it. By that time, the enemies are respawning, and they're probably even closer to the next hill, and they're going to be getting points. Now, you'll also notice a lot of times you spawn across the other side of the map. You'll see like the hills at B right now, it's on the street, or if it's on the other side at the blue street, you'll spawn across the way on those ramps. I didn't hear because my teammate is in the hill, but you'll spawn across on those ramps all of the time. So you'll notice when I'm pushing down the street to try to get closed control that I don't sprint all the way to closed. I kind of sprint and then unsprint. And that's because closed is a really common position for enemies. Just like how I spawned there when my teammate was in the hill, how I spawned close when my teammate was in the hill, enemies are going to do the same thing. So if enemies are in the hill and I spawn at the ramp, enemies are a lot of times going to be spawning at close. So I got to watch out for that. So I do that all the time. I sprint like far enough that I can see closed, and then I stop sprinting, kind of check if it's safe, and then I know that I can start sprinting again, because most likely nobody is there. So you'll see me doing that a lot. Now right here I was a little bit like iffy. I'm like, man, I don't want to be like T2. I don't want to be just, you know, taking all the power weapons, because I'm not going to be able to kill someone up close. And then I totally oh my god, that was such an ugly shot. Man, that was just embarrassing. But yeah, I was a little bit confused there, so I picked up the sniper to try to get someone long range, because that was an awkward railgun shot. But yeah, that was a little weird. You'll see again right here. Sprinting, stop sprinting, check, check, sprint. So that's what I do all the time. Right when I get around that window area, I stop sprinting, kind of check the area, and then I know I can start sprinting again. Now, right here, this is totally fine. This is awesome. So we should be, let's see here, looking for spawners, and that's what I'm doing right now. We know that they're probably going to be spawning at blue, and there they are. They're at blue. So that is a pretty easy way to judge like where people are going to spawn. There's pretty much, if you don't know, 4 major spawn locations on Haven. There is the blue, the closed, the red, and the open. And if your teammates are blocking like 3 of those, they're obviously going to spawn at one side. Now, right here, this is totally fine what I'm doing. Nothing is really wrong that I'm seeing here. We're just kind of hanging out in the hill here. Get some points. So here I should totally back out, and you see I don't chase that kill. That is very similar to the thing I was talking about yesterday. I could have totally ran out there, got the one-shot guy, but dude, he's basically effectively not going to be doing anything, so I might as well not really do much. Now there, I got a call out of a guy top mid, so I probably, if I'm going to be nitpicky, I should stay on the opposite side of the Mohawk, because that is going to give me cover from the side that I'm not watching. That is something you always want to do, is try to only expose yourself from the angle that you're checking. So like if, I don't know, there's a wall next to you, you don't want to just be completely out in the open looking for people if you know, I don't know, I'm having trouble explaining this. Okay, so let's restart. Blech. Okay, you're next to a wall, right? And you know you have teammates to the left of you, and the wall is behind you. Now, you could go completely away from the wall and look all the way around trying to find teammates, or you could go near the wall, block behind you, and you know teammates are to the left of you, and you'll know the only place you could be exposed from is the right side. So that's kind of what I'm trying to say, is you always want to try to use your environment to keep yourself exposed from the least amount of angles. And then right there, that was just some silly needler play, man. You gotta have fun sometimes, right? Anyways, I actually probably should have noticed that. I probably wasn't on my kill cam there, on my body. I probably was on someone else's body, but there was totally a guy bottom close there that I just saw, and I did not notice that at all in the game. So that is actually one thing that I probably should be doing more often, is staying on my body. I switch the camera a lot, and I don't know, it's a really delicate balance trying to do that, like flipping between your teammates and you. Probably in the case where your teammates aren't calling out, you should be flipping between just so you can get more information, but when they are, it's usually probably better just to not flip at all, because you're probably going to be getting those callouts and those positions from the people that you're spectating while you're dead. Alright, here, this was really cool. My teammate was like, alright, you have the railgun, go out there. Don't be in the hill, right? So that's what I do. I get out of the hill, and this is pretty cool right here. Get some jukes right here. Although I was disappointed, you could see right here through the crack, coming up soon. I'm trying to stay alive as desperate as I can, right? Oh man, I'm gonna die. Oh god, oh god, oh god. But this is good though, actually. This is really good. I'm just trying to stay alive as long as possible. As long as freaking humanly possible, I'm trying to stay alive. And you can see teammates, I mean, I guess they're not really in the hill right now, but they could have totally been racking up points that entire time. Could have been racking up points. And I was just trying to stay alive, like, friggin' just trying to get them, very, again, similar to what I was saying before yesterday in my video, just saying, just stay away from us, right? I'm not really trying to kill you, I'm just trying to make you not be an annoyance to me, and so we can just, you know, be to ourselves and get some points. Now right here, this is also a very questionable push, because I push, like, totally by myself. There's nobody in the hill, like, the hill just moved. I should have expected that somebody on the enemy team is going to be pushing for that hill, right? They're gonna be wanting those points because they're trying to win. So I should have been thinking, oh man, that's where it totally failed. Just delete that from your memory, please, and just forget that ever happened. But anyways, I totally should have been expecting somebody be around there, so I shouldn't have just sprinted in to open like that all willy-nilly, right? I should have been thinking, alright, let's push with teammates because their entire team is going to be over by the hill. And I was nowhere near teammates either. That was the other bad thing. Now, this was probably like the best way I could have tried to help out my teammate, was going bottom mid. I do end up getting a kind of a lucky double kill, and that's cool. But I do get shot in the back and kind of caught off guard. And while bottom mid isn't the best position to be, I think that was probably the best play for me to do in that position, even though my teammate did die. It was probably the best hope for me to try and save my teammate. Now, right there is a really good position, and I don't utilize this position enough. Getting people out of the hill through those angles is so awesome. You can get a really deep angle behind those pillars, like be able to see behind those pillars that you just kind of can't get from anywhere else on the map. Those pillars are a really good and annoying place for hill people to hide behind, and I just don't use that enough, and enemies use it all the time on me, so I should try and start doing that more, because that is such a great position. Now right here, I still don't really know like the best thing to do. It was a really awkward situation where there was people top mid and there's people in the hill. It's like, I want to get people out of the hill, but I couldn't get a push going with teammates, and I kept like backing down bottom mid. So I don't know. I think the best thing for me to do there, in retrospect, would probably be try to just do a sneaky push bottom mid by myself if I couldn't get a push with teammates and no teammates were around me. That's what I'm thinking probably would have been the best thing to do there, would just be doing that. Now right here, again, constantly you'll see me, when the hills are over in these positions, going towards closed. I'm not really at the closed side right now, but closed is just such a, like, I cannot emphasize it enough how awesome closed is to hold. And it's really important too. You can see I push over here, I'm not by closed. I do try to help out my teammate or the guys on the ramp, but I believe, yeah, look, now they have closed. They're coming down the streets, we get caught off guard, and we totally die. There we go, we're dead. They're gonna, yeah, they're flooding the streets, and boom, they get the hill, they start getting points. Closed is such a great position to be because, one, it blocks the closed spawn for the enemy, and the closed spawn is a really close spawn towards the hill, so you want to prevent that as much as possible. Just keep them spawning as far as humanly possible away from that hill. And then the other two spawn points that leaves is the opposite side ramp or open, and open's not a very fun place to spawn at either, and the opposite side of the ramp, that's just really far away, and also close has a pretty good position to be laying down shots, some easy grenade spots. It's a lot harder to nade people in closed just because of that mohawk ramp that you can use for some cover, as it is to nade people who are actually on the street. You can pretty much nade people all day on that street, no problem. Very, very easy. Now again, you can see, even though the time is depleting, maybe we should kind of try to be, you know, desperate pushes for this hill. We don't. Even though they would have won there, we don't, because the hill was almost out of time. Even though, I guess maybe in retrospect, we probably should have been pushing the hill a little bit more. We give up that hill because it's like, oh, dude, we're not gonna, there's no reason, because by the time we actually get to it, we capture some points, the game's gonna be, like the hill's gonna be moved, and we're not gonna benefit anything from it. So anyways, that's a little bit of analysis of this. If you like the video, you can leave a like or a comment, or you can subscribe, because you post, or I post, not you, I post new Halo videos every day. Maybe you do too, but, you know, I definitely do. So anyways, bye.